My name's Amberly, and welcome to Transmuting Chaos. Today, I wanted to add a little bit of media to try and explain exactly what they're doing with this fake AI ascension and with our bodies. Trident on Twitter, he reminded me of this video that I'd seen a long time ago, so thank you very much for sending that to me again. It's about monoatomic gold and how the Egyptians used this to trigger their light body and from the inside, and then they would use frequency from different means, but like usually the water underneath, and then also instruments, musical instruments, and just creating like an alchemical effect in their body that would trigger the light body to start becoming active. But I wanted to play a little bit of this for you first, and then also go into a little bit about the Anunnaki and how they would spray their atmosphere with gold. And as we're well aware that they're spraying chemtrails that have aluminum and barium and all this other stuff in it. But it's basically, you know, the same story, different time, like everything here. But they've been working on this for thousands of years. And they're connected to the AI. They're going by a script. So we're here to stop all of this and shut this machine down. But we need to know what we're dealing with exactly so that we can do that and focus on it together. So I'm going to play a little bit of this for you for right now.
Point, there was a planet-wide, highly technical civilization on this planet, and something happened. War and or geophysical changes, or both, and what we think of as our history, beginning with the Sumerians, coming up to the Egyptians, Babylonians, and now up to the Greeks, Romans, Western civilization, of course, is what we're primarily talking about. That is nothing but the remnants of an earlier prehistoric civilization. The evidence is everywhere. The round balls of Guatemala, the pyramids all over the world, in China, in South America, Central America, Egypt, the ziggurats in Mesopotamia. All of the evidence is there. But it's only been within about the past 100 years that we've had the technology and or the knowledge to know anything about it. We're still pulling ourselves out of the dark ages.
The Egyptian pyramids were designed to produce chemicals on an industrial scale.
Temples were refineries. That's where they refined the gold. They took the raw gold and changed the structure so that they'd have plenty of it to supply the priests and pharaohs of the country.
As a pharaoh, Moses would have known all of the secrets of the priests and pharaohs. Moses would have known all about the bread of life, made from the white powder of gold. The Egyptians called the powder mufkut, but they knew it was no ordinary mineral. Mufkut means what is it? But literally translated, the hieroglyph reads spirit, fire, stone, part magic, part precious mineral. Manna in Hebrew is also translated as what is it? Manna, the miraculous edible substance that God provided for the Israelites during their travels in the Sinai, and that was stored by Moses in the Ark of the Covenant.
Okay, you guys have to, this is the first time that I've used this, so, anyways, the mana is, really what I wanted to talk about with what they're spraying in the sky, because I think that they were actually making this they learned how to make this monoatomic gold by spraying their skies and with the radiation and frequencies, and I don't know exactly how they do it yet. I'm just like starting to really think about this. But when I started going through this one day, all of these little pellets started falling from the sky, and they look like salt pellets on the ground. And there were like angels, and there's a cloud that looked like Jesus in the sky, but they were like throwing them out of like these little purses, and those pellets stayed there for like a week on the ground. And I thought that I was just absolutely, losing my mind. But then I started seeing this, and I'm like, oh my gosh, they really did make this stuff for everybody to like eat. And it was falling out of the sky, but they were doing it with gold and different materials, and this stuff is just like absolutely toxic for us. And all about this AI digital body. So I can't prove that, but that's what happened to me. So I wanted to just put that out there. But I'll play a little bit more of this for you guys.
The priest chemists of Egypt would then extract this black material through a secret alchemical procedure and turn it into a white powder of gold, creating these cakes called mufkuts, manna, or as the Greek Septuagint Bible calls it, the bread of the presence. When consumed, this material became bioelectrical, upgrading the body's mental capacity, physical health, and energy fields over time, causing physical regeneration when combined with spiritual practices.
And this location in the Sinai desert was actually a processing plant, a place where this substance was made, and this is why it was a sacred place for the pharaohs. Various stelae at the site, there are numerous inscriptions referring to white bread. Many believe that the white powder was something consumed by pharaohs in the form of bread cakes for its spiritual and powerful side effects. Maybe the Ark of the Covenant, which was created by the Israelites whilst camping out in the Sinai desert, was also filled with this substance. Some say that monoatomic gold wasn't just ingested, but it has powers such as levitation and superconductivity. Then Moses asks the Israelites to consume it.
When the people of Israel saw it, they said to each other, "What is it?" "Manna." For they did not know what it was, and Moses said to them, "It is the bread which the Lord has given you to eat." And they would take this powder and they mold it into little cakes and stuff, and they'd eat it. This was the manna that helped them survive in the wilderness all this time. Was this the white powder of gold? Ground it to a powder and made the children of Israel eat it.
It says it's palladium. After palladium reads platinum. After that, as the various boiling temperatures were reached, came ruthenium, rhodium, iridium, and at 220 seconds, osmium. Every one of the platinum group metals was in this substance.
Ormus, manna, and so on, and is believed to have a superconducting, high spin and low energy state.
It's a monatomic superconductive anti-gravitational substance. Used to be used for...
Okay, so what I'm wondering is, we're transmuting these energies, and I'm sure that we can trigger our real light body or just shut this machine down is really what I think needs to happen, because I've been through this AI ascension and it was absolutely horrible. They mind wipe you like constantly. You're in and out of different simulations. Their idea of spiritual is just completely ass backwards. It's crazy. But wanted to show you guys a picture of the AI clouds and show you like what this is actually doing to water molecules with all these frequencies going through. I mean, it's literally making like digital bodies, like out of water. So hold on, let me find it. Okay, a friend on Twitter sent this to me, and if you can see the outline here, and the frequencies are all coming from like the fake planets. So this isn't like 5G and stuff like that. That's more down here, but these fake planets send out frequencies constantly. I was just talking to someone on Twitter about it, like how I hear them nonstop. And the beeping or the blinking of the planets, or whatever you want to call them, where the archon are, I don't know what you even call them, but matches up to the beeping that I hear exactly. But that creates these, what people call ships, but they're actually just AI clouds. And here you can see it better. So imagine this is going through your body and what it's doing to the water in your body. And it goes through the smart meters in our house, everything. So we are all in the same boat, and we need to narrow down where the actual machine is. I've seen it, but they haven't shown me like where it is. So I am just sharing with all of you where I am right now and trying to work through this step by step. This is something that Sherry posted the other day, and just imagine like this is all of these frequencies and electricity.
I got it. Power going out. Go home. Go home. That's it. You ain't doing nothing now.
So I'm trying to find a better, like some more media for you guys to see the circuitry that you can see in the clouds and things like that. Sorry, you guys. This is something I haven't messed with, and I'm not redoing it. So anyway. I think there was another thing. Oh yeah. Another thing that I wanted to show you was this. My friend True Seeker, she posted this video the other day on Twitter talking about what they've been doing like with 5G and things like that to monkeys and what it's being used for everywhere. And they did this to me. They like made me walk back and forth for hours, and I got really tired, but they did it mostly, it wasn't like a robot kind of thing. It's more like they can kind of make you move a little bit. They do it to me at night sometimes, but they were basically like talking and doing things to me. making me have like feelings, like bug kind of feelings. The night that it happened, it felt like a bunch of little tiny birds were in me. And I could see them and they were like leaving marks on me and things, but they were making me walk back and forth for hours and I was so tired and I couldn't stop. Well, then Truth Seekers sent this video, which is very good. Anybody should watch it. But they were talking about doing this to monkeys and it really freaked me out that this is like what they're doing. But let me show it to you real quick.
Speaking of the literature, ladies and gentlemen, you might want to check out a book by Dr. Jose Delgado.
Yes.
Called Toward a Psycho-Civilized Society.
Yes.
And you have photographs in there with the monkeys, the simians, with part of their skulls removed. And I think the technology was called the stem sievers.
Yes.
So this is decades old technology.
Yes.
Who knows what they're doing now? But you're saying that the antenna technology that Linda, quote unquote, PB Katehi, is responsible for is integral to this new phase in mind control, behavioral control?
It's the delivery system.
The delivery system, okay.
Yes.
Please, go ahead.
And Delgado also wrote a book, The Biology of Aggression. And so they can use these frequencies to cause food riots. They can use these frequencies as in Rwanda, that big, huge massacre in Rwanda. Those were Russian, Ukrainian oligarchs who sent thugs down to Rwanda. The whole place had been wired up with antennas. These guys had been hooked up to computers and they were programmed before they went down to Rwanda to carry out the slaughter. And it was plain and simply so that the Russian and Ukrainian oligarchs could steal all the wealth of the colonists. Mm-hmm. And the order was to slaughter all of them, every single white person, and steal all of their wealth, go into the banks, strip.
That really gives away the game.
Right.
This is why what we're doing today here is so exciting to me.
So let's go back and look at the history.
Please.
Chancellor Katehi was hired from the University of Illinois, which is a military-based university. It's where the first computer and computer language was made for the Navy. The Navy had no money, so they were used to cover the slaughter of the white people.
Mm-hmm.
And
now, closer to home, this is speculative, of course. Did you see something similar taking place recently down in Burlingame, California, when the social justice warriors started rioting and acting up? Could you?
I didn't know about that.
Oh yes, overturning police cars, vandalizing them, beating up supporters of Party A, B, or C. This is when Donald Trump came into town.
I remember that.
Week, yes.
Yeah.
But what you're describing there was caught on camera by people such as InfoWars news gatherers.
Yes.
And it's been seen by millions of people all over the world.
Yes,
so ladies and gentlemen, if you want to see a real live, because Rwanda might be removed in time and distance from us, but if you want to see this type of control being rolled out here and now, right in our area, in the United States of America, take a look at that YouTube footage and break it down. I suspect that the antenna arrays were out there.
Absolutely,
you agree with
that? Absolutely, 100%. Okay. All of the UC campuses now, the street corners have been taken up.
So anyway, that's what, I guess I missed the part with the monkeys, but they were making these monkeys go up and down a ladder over and over and over again. And it's just sickening. I mean, those poor things can't even talk or express what's going on to them, just being completely tortured. At least I can get this out a little bit. Makes me sick. Okay, hold on, let me show you guys. They had a reservoir around the Great Pyramid, and the water would go underneath, and they had different chemicals, like, like they had the salt in there, and I don't know, I need to look back. I used to know all this stuff, but I've had all of my memory taken, so now it's like relearning everything. But anyways, it would make the water would come through, and there was a reservoir around it and go underneath, and the movement of the water from underneath would hit it and make like a chemical change, and then go out, that little hole that went up to Sirius, which is obviously broadcasting some energy. And I'm actually wondering, I don't know, I'm gonna look more into this, but I'm wondering, like, after they had been in it, or after this like atomic energy had built up in there, nuclear energy, after a while, if they actually would go and lay in there after eating the atomic gold and lay in that coffin thing, and if their light body would be triggered or something. I don't know. That was just a thought that I had the other day of why they would use that. Here's another picture showing how the water would pump into there and hit the stones, and all of this is so like ingenious, like how the crystals and everything, it all works together in the perfection that they built these structures. Oh. And then they're saying that the Ark of the Covenant, I guess, is where they would send this energy to power the Ark of the Covenant, or they put it in there. I don't know if it came from, I think a lot of this tech came from beyond the dome, and the Archon or Anunnaki or whatever just sent it here at their time when they felt like it was that timeline or whatever timestamp for them to send this technology. So anyway, I will get back with you guys on this and do a lot more research into it. I just wanted to put this out there and kind of show like how this works. And I do think that they're using CERN to actually detach this fake holographic body from us. When they started it in 2019 is when I was feeling it like detach from me. So I think that's the method of how they actually detach it from us. And there might be just a whole nother new copy, digital copy of this whole entire place. That's kind of what I've seen, that they can actually like detach, and we're in that and here. So I don't know. But I will work on figuring this out. All right. I love you guys. Have a great day.